Hi, welcome to another session. And this is going to be very interesting. Very short session, but very interesting. And that is about sustainable HR in contemporary context. You might have heard about loads of things about sustainable development, sustainable planning, sustainability. But sustainable HR is something that you always talking about the social, environmental, and business related activities. And when we talk about sustainable HR, it means I am maintaining positive environment that helps employees. I am doing proper business operations, ethical business conduct, so that that does not harm the government, it does not harm the country, and does not harm the employees. And of course, that's based on the if it's being affected, you're doing some of the business that may affect the environment, and if something that affects environment, definitely then going to affect the people as well. So sustainable HR is such a beautiful term which we utilize in today's world, and we use it because we want to do some positive things in business, in environment, and of course in the health and well-being of employees. So how do we do that? Let's go to the next slide and explore what is sustainable HR. Here we go. What is sustainable HRM? Sustainable HRM is related to utilize HR practices to achieve long-term social, environmental, and business goals. And this is the thing I was talking about, that when we talk about social, we talking about people. When we talk about environment, we talking about earth, we talking about planet. When we talking about business goals, we talking about organizational business goals. That is the financial, that's the profitability of the company. So we want to conduct business ethically that may not harm the environment, but we are also helping our employees to perform better. So for that reason, if you see the second line in red color font size, I have put over the sustainability is equal to social goals for people to live better. So you're not only caring about the people who are with you, but you are conducting business so ethically that is not affecting environment and not affecting other people. So other people also living better lives. So there are no issues for that. That is the sustainable HRM thing we talking about. You go back to your organizations and check how your companies are implementing the sustainable HR practices. And as you HR professional look at HR department is the strategic partner of the organization. When we talk about this, and you already know that we talked about the HR department is always a strategic partner of the organization. So they always come up with something proper that is good for environment, good for society, and good for the organization as well. So we're maintaining the business goals, but at the same time we are not putting any harm to anybody, but we helping and keeping our employees in the well-being as well. So this was a brief of what sustainable HR is about, but there are some more basic concepts for you to understand. Look at this definition. That is sustainable development. That's a strategy of social development that we just have talked about that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability to future generations to meet their own needs. Because whatever we're doing right now is possible that we may harm the environment and they may affect the future generations. So sustainable development is like, society should be so happy. So all of the positive things like should be there to help the future generations as well. And this is the other concept of sustainability, that's a long-term maintenance of systems according to environmental, economic, and social considerations. So these are some journal terms that you need to understand, which will later on you will understand HR development, sustainable HR development. Some more basic concepts for you to understand. This is about the, according to CIPD, this definition they have given. responsible business that I have just talked about, but I want to focus on the green HRM. Green HRM is such a beautiful term, interconnectedness of organization and the external environment. You're providing the balance of consuming or deploying or reproducing human resources. Now, you might have heard about lots of companies, they are doing some of these special things to minimize the wastage of companies' resources, to minimize the wastage of energy resources, to minimize the wastage of any of the thing that will be a bit danger for a human being. So they are minimizing that all, and for that reason I have come up with one example: reducing paper usage. You might have seen in your own company and many other companies, they are trying to reduce the paperwork. Almost some of the companies, most of the companies, they have reduced the paper usage. They have put the sign posts on the walls in the offices that when you're not in the room, when you're not in the office, you have to switch off, you have to save the energy. And all of those things are the examples of green HRM, that you're helping your organization to save energy. And one of the things which we always do, and I'm sure your companies might be doing, is the second one: implementing virtual expat assignments or virtual expat meetings, so that you don't need to initiate some of the things that are not possible. So virtual expert assignments can be managed, which is not possible in 100%, but to some extent some companies can manage it to be in the green HR policy. So HR is defining some of the policies, and they are adding the green into that, so that they can help organizations to reduce energy consumption, to reduce problems which are which could be danger. But you are trying to do some of the things which help society, which is compliant with environmental hazards, that they are not hazards, comply environmental protection, and also that is about complying with the business goals of the company. So you having profitability, but not affecting the environment and not affecting the people as well. But why we need this one? We need because we want to, these are the human successes. Yeah, we talk about human resources. These are very essential points for the success of the company. And with this one, if you're having some good sustainable activities in your company, then some other companies might be thinking, oh, that's a great company. Customers might be thinking, oh, that's a great company. Employees, your own employees, might be comfortable thinking, oh, that's a great company to work with. They will be having customer satisfaction, they'll be having employee satisfaction, they'll be having government satisfaction, they'll be having stakeholder satisfaction. So that sustainable HRM is helping to comply with changing institutional and legislative context, and building the image for the company as well. So as I said, this is the brief session. Just wanted to give you some of the concepts of sustainable HRM, because you are learning this professional diploma in A to Z HR skills. So one of the skill is sustainable HRM, which the terms which I have used, the benefits which I have just talked about, if you really focus on them and apply in your companies, it might be possible that you may have very good image around the world. Let me put one corporate story for you, some practical examples for you. Look at this example. This is an amazing example for the sustainable HR. Company Pialine Corporation CEO encouraged its employees to quit smoking by offering incentives, 6 days extra vacation per year. And this was a very positive response from the employees. They say, oh, 6 days extra. So they started quitting smoking. And one of the best things that you can learn in this session is the impact. If you comply, if you initiate some examples like this, you can have better retention of employees. You can have healthier workplace. Look at the impact. You will have positive work environment. People like your policy. People like your HR's green policy and they complied it. They are happy because they got some incentive from you. You are happy because they complied it, that they're saving environment. And then you see the graceful attitude towards organization as well. So all of the positive things happening in the organization. Can you come up with some of the other examples like this? You can go back to your organizations and try to find out some of the positive, sustainable HR activities where you can offer some incentives and you can reduce paperwork, you can get employees quit smoking, you can do some other activities that may protect environment, that create good environment, positive workplace, cordial atmosphere, retention, and most importantly, graceful attitude towards organization because they accept it and your green HR is working in your company. And by this, we reach to this ending of this session, interesting session. So I always say, be a smart HR professional, be a part of sustainable HR approach, as you have learned today. So I'm excited that you have just completed sustainable HR in contemporary context. I look forward to seeing you soon in the next session. Thank you very much for your attendance.